And this time it says anybody, so I didn't want anybody upset. So anybody should be able to chat. And I'm trying this again. So the hummingbirds are waiting for Santa Claus. Let's see if we can move you in. I got to fill some feeders up. So I might just end up leaving this for a few minutes. So this time, let's see if anybody comes in. I don't know what it was set at. They have different settings now and they're changing things, and this should be for anybody, not members, because I'm not trying to do anything special for members except for boring them when I do craft works in the kitchen. I'm trying to set this. Let's see what I built. Oops, sorry. Wow. SHARU. 1 feeder to 4. And wait till you have 15 of them out there. Hello, Alicia. Do I have that right? No, Ann. I probably pronounced your name wrong. Doesn't surprise me. Let me see if I can back this up a little bit so you can see more. Because I'm going to have to go fill feeders. I can see this now in a few seconds. I'm trying to set up my cell phone on a tripod. Okay, so I think when I came on the first time, hello Sue, I think the first time I came on, the button was set for, it was supposed to be set for subscribers. They have different settings now for the computer and the cell phone. So anyways, I figured I better get right back and say Merry Christmas to everybody. As I said in the one that I was on a few minutes ago, and I only stayed on for a few minutes, I had big plans. Whoops. I was going to do a lot of live feed, and there was a lot of stuff that went on this month. Nothing bad, just regular like everybody has. You have plumbing issues. Gary was working on plumbing today, and then he went for a colonoscopy. All turned out good, and now my daughter's in the hospital. So, like they say, if it rains, it pours. Well, hopefully she'll be coming home soon. I don't know. I don't know. It's not COVID. It's nothing like that. So that's it. So now you can look at the hummingbirds. I've got here, I'm going to pick this up for a minute so you can see. So I've got them going in this window. And then of course we've got them in this window. It poured so hard all last night and today. It has been pouring and pouring. Now look at this. Now the sky is cloudy, but it's clear. Boy, I'll tell you stories on this place when I bought this place. The realtor stood out here and said, oh, on a clear day, you can see the ocean. That was a good sales pitch for me, considering the ocean is that way. And if the realtors took the mountain down, maybe I could see the ocean. But it is beautiful. I will have to admit, it's nice and clear and it's beautiful. There's my deck, and my zinnias are starting to take off. That's really nice. Look at that. Even the solar fountains are going. Oh, it has just been pouring and pouring. So cold. Hey, here comes a little hummingbird. Yep, he went to the other feeder. I better get some of these feeders filled up. Let me put you guys in here for a minute because I want to check some of these feeders. I don't like leaving any of them empty. Take my chair. Let's see. Oh, that's my daughter. Let me see how she's doing. I'm waiting for good news. And no. Nope. She just texted me. She can't leave the hospital. So she'll be in there for over a week. Oh, what am I supposed to say? I'm gonna have to go see her. All right, so I'm gonna fill some of these feeders. I'm trying to see which one. If I knew it wasn't gonna rain, I would fill even the ones that are in the, that get the rain. Right now, it's not that cold. How cold is it now? We're probably about 60, or you think we're 60? But boy, we've been getting into the 30s at night. Let me see what needs to be. 65. 65, Gary just said. Okay, so I have food here. This one's got food. Actually, they're okay. This one, nah, I'll change that one out right now. Okay, so I saw live chat and then it disappeared on me. Where in the world is the live chat? Okay, there they are. Oh my goodness, there's so many. How come it's not showing up? Okay. Let's see. Sue, I already said hello to Alicia. I got her name right. Let's see. Bingo. And Sue, yeah, I told you it's 65. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to both of us. Oh, thank you so much. No snow here yet. You have no snow. No snow. Oh, gosh. Isn't that good? I guess you want the snow for Christmas. That's true. Okay. There's not much you can do. How would you pronounce the name S-H-A-R-U? Shara? Sharu? Sharu, your feeders are empty. Well, you do what we do. No. We don't go on vacation. No, that's all you can do is fill them before you leave and then leave them out so they'll come back and check them. There's not much else you can do. They'll have to figure out that they've got to come back, and then when they come back, they'll check it periodically. And that's the best you can do unless you can get somebody else to fill them, and you probably can't. I am not even going to try this. Is it Della, D-E-L-Y-I-A, or is it L-Y? L, D-E-L-Y-L-A. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. Sharu. You know what? They'll come back. Try to fill all the feeders. Sharu. Oh, thank you. That's perfect. Well, are you telling me they didn't come back? I mean, when you went on vacation, they all haven't come back. Is probably what it is. Now I'm not sure where you are, but they might have migrated. We had a few days here where there weren't that many, and then all of a sudden, hundreds and it seems like 1,000 showed up one night. So they might be migrating through as well. Don't have a good depth of field on this. I'd like to go back more on this one. Thank you, Crystal. I know it's really, hi Barbara. It was really a surprise. I mean, the good thing is they knew right away what it was. I'm going to try to move this over a little bit. So if I shake you up a little bit. She went to the hospital the other night with severe pain in her stomach. And basically, how would you say it? She's got a hole in her colon. So they're waiting to see she has diverticulitis. And they're waiting to see if it can heal. And then hopefully that's what we're all hoping for. It can heal, and hopefully she won't need surgery. And that's the main thing. Whatever has to be done has to be done to make sure that she's all right. Dahlia? Delilah. Okay, you're in Orange County. We used to empty the feeders twice daily. Yeah, what might have happened is they may have found other feeders. Maybe they came here. No. And wherever they are, they haven't come back yet. So just put them out and they'll figure it out. They will come back. I'm sure they'll come back. But yeah, I think they left and got their friends and brought them back. Yeah, that's cute. Merry Christmas, Mark Oliver. Yeah, something was with the chat. That's why I decided I'd come back, because Mark always comes in and says, I'm number one. When I put up videos.
Yeah, the only one that showed up was the guy with the wrench.
So they let the wrench in. That's interesting to know. I didn't know that. So now I'm back on again. Okay, so we've got Alina. Merry Christmas. Let's see, that's so, oh gosh, painful is right. I feel so bad for her. Thank you. I'm praying too. Thank you. You know, the only if there's a blessing in this at all, is they didn't send her home. That was the only thing. They didn't send her home, even though it was after midnight. I have a friend that had the same issue once, and the opposite happened to him. He went in the middle of the night to the hospital, and they sent him home. Guess where he ended up the next morning? It totally blew. So they did not send her home. They got her on an IV with meds right away. Jackie, happy holidays. So, I mean, that's the only thing. They put her on an IV, no food. And the good thing is they're starting to give her soup and jello, and that started yesterday. And the bad thing is she wants to be home for Christmas. That's one of the bad things. Well, it's not actually my recipe. It's actually what the Hummingbird Societies and research has shown. 1/4 cup of white granulated sugar with 1 cup of water. Sometimes they add in a touch more in the winter. And I do mean a touch, so when I fill up the cups, I add in a little, I'll let it kind of mound over a little bit. But that is what they need. That's what they use, the sucrose. Oh, your neighbors come knocking at your door. That's cute. They would, wouldn't they? You see all the birds there? I saw them at Costco buying huge bags of white granite. Not me. I don't have Costco.
Well, yeah, but her neighbors.
Her neighbors. Oh, yeah. Because I get the huge, there's that, I can't turn the camera, you won't be able to see it. We've got a red-shouldered hawk, a pair of them that showed up. First it was 1, and now it's 2, and I'm wondering if they're staking out our pine trees out front. And if they're thinking, I don't know. We'll wait and see if they're thinking of building a nest around here, or they're just hunting for food. There's the pair. The second one just came in. I could lift it for a second. I don't think they'll be able to see them, because they're, let me see if I can lift it real quick. I didn't even know we had red-shouldered hawks here. That is a red-shouldered hawk. And there are 2. The other one is sitting in the tree. They look like red-tailed, but they're a different, I don't think they're a subspecies. They're just different. That's a red-shouldered hawk. So we've got the Cooper hawks that have been watching their nest here. And now we've got them that showed up. Just gonna wreak havoc on me, because that means I'm gonna have to keep Kitty in the house. Well, that's interesting. So Mark had a kidney stone. I had something years ago, oh my gosh, that was back in '89, and they never did figure out what it was, and I was going through a lot of pain, not what my daughter's going through. And if it was a kidney stone, it might have passed and it just disappeared. So yeah. But she went in, and I'll tell you what really, let me see if I can turn this a little bit. What really saved her on this is just by chance, she had gone for a colonoscopy October 2019. So they knew, they had found that she had diverticulitis. There was like one spot where it's a thinning or a pocket. So when she went in for emergency early in the week, gosh, I think it was Sunday, they already were aware of it. And that's kind of like what would you, it's like mapping, you always say. It's like,
Yeah,
like
they had a baseline.
Baseline. So immediately they put her into a CT scan in the middle of the night and found, yep, that was it. So they had an idea, but she says it's really bad. Now we're just hoping it heals. Oh, they're all coming in. Look at that. Not all, but a lot of them. Oh, that's right. Go ahead and scream when you see something exciting. That's me. I think I just saw a pied show up. Let's see if it comes back. I'm not 100% sure if it was a pied or a young male with odd coloring. And we've got some young males coming in, and so their coloring is mottled. Let me see if I can get it on my tablet, because when I touch my phone, Thank you so much, Sharon. Thank you. I wish they could have sent her home for Christmas, but then she wouldn't get her room back. It took them over 24 hours just to get her a room because the hospitals here are full. So, let's see if I can get on and read. Oh, this will work out better.
Hi everybody,
No, no.
Joel,
No.
medical doctor, triple board certified
Okay.
cardiologist. Right now,
Oh, the wrong way. All right. No. Okay. So Seattle, Jenny?
Jenny.
Jenya? There is absolutely, and people are going to get mad with me, some people feel that you have to boil it. There's absolutely no reason to boil the water. The reason I boil the water, and I only boil part of it, is to get the white sugar to start melting. You want to turn it basically into a liquid syrup. If you put it in with cold water, then you really have to make it the night before or make it hours earlier. It takes longer for the sugar to melt. Otherwise, you have little crystals in there. It's not going to be bad if there's crystals floating, but it won't be the right consistency. That's the only reason. So if you were making, let's go back. I make 8 cups at a time. Is that right? So I make 8 cups at a time. I put 2 cups of sugar in, and I pour in a couple cups of boiling water, basically, just to get it to melt. Once it melts, I top it with cold water. You can top it with tap water. You can top it with bottled water. If you can drink your water, they can drink the water. There is no reason. It's not going to stop it from spoiling, because what's going to spoil it is the birds, because they're going out there and they're foraging in the plants and the flowers, and they're picking around. They land on, well, you see, they land on telephone poles and the wiring, and they get dirt on their beaks, and they clean their beaks, and then they stick their beaks into the feeders. So they're the ones bringing in the germs and stuff. So don't worry about that. Barbara, Merry Christmas. You can say something at any time, Jerry. Did I thank Sharon? If I didn't thank you, Sharon Romano, thank you. Thank you so much. I would like to hear them say she can go home. So, and the little one is upset. She wants mommy home. What's wrong, Kitty? You just give me a minute, Kitty. I can't think of anything else. I'm making sure if I miss somebody, tell me. Jackie's got 3 hummingbirds that have taken over her feeder. Oh, they stood in line during the rain. Come here. I'll pick you up. You have to growl. Oi! I can turn this. Did you want to say hello? Let me put this down for a minute. I think we can turn this around. They can see my messy kitchen for a minute. Here. See what you want? You're growling because you want to see the camera? Do you see? There's no broccoli here. There's no broccoli. What's going on? Let's go here. You're growling. You're so funny. She's a camera and she thinks, broccoli. Feel free to say something, Gary.
No,
Oh, Stacy.
I'm just resting. So.
Oh, you're resting. We're in Southern California. I haven't really said what city we're in. But we're not, we're not in LA City.
Yeah.
But we're in Southern California. Oh, yeah, puppy. She's not a puppy. She's up there. She looks like a puppy. Don't you look like a puppy? Does it look like I have anything? I don't have anything. She's growling at me still.
Yeah, Mark Oliver asked, what time in the morning do you say the first hummingbirds? Sometimes I say them maybe half an hour before sunrise.
Just before the sunrise, yes. I actually have been on the deck before sunrise when it was dark, and you'd see them coming out. I also have Christmas lights that I have on, and when I have the Christmas lights on, they can come a little bit earlier too, because I can see. So the exact time, I don't know the exact time, because of the clock change. So, but it's just before the sun comes up. Mark was born in Coronado. Is that Coronado Hospital? Where's Santee?
Santee, that's San Diego.
No, we're not San Diego. You're guessing game. Though I have nothing against San Diego. San Diego is very nice. You lived in San Diego for a while.
Yeah.
In a bus.
In a,
Gary lived in a bus in San Diego.
in El Cajon, which is out to, closer to Santee than, I guess, San Diego.
Oh, she wants to reclaim her crowd. Shrew. Yeah, they're around, and that's the only problem. Even here, if I didn't see, they all left. I moved my hand and everybody left. If they find feeders that are constantly full, then they stay close by. Especially, Shrew, especially if they had to go far to find them. If they were in the neighborhood, like let's say it was my next door neighbor put up feeders and mine emptied, they would come back here because it's so close. Because a few miles don't mean anything. They would check. So it depends on how far they went.
Blue roses showed up.
Merry Christmas, Blue Rose. Sending prayers to your daughter. Thank you. I'm going to let her know. Though right now it doesn't matter what you say, she's not happy. So and I don't blame her. I don't blame her. I will let her know everybody's sending her prayers. I really don't know too much about all this. I do know that many, many years ago, you were here when my dad was in the hospital, you said? When he had a hole? He was in the hospital. They kept him in the hospital like 10 days on a liquid diet, and then his healed. So thank goodness that never came back, and he's in his 90s. So they've got to see how this heals. At first they thought, or she had told me it ruptured. I mean, I guess a hole's a hole no matter how, and now they told her it's very small, but it's got to heal. She wants to be picked up. So, like I said, thank goodness the emergencies knew right away to do the CT scan at 2 o'clock in the morning. They found it, and there was no hospital beds, so they had to put her in a room in emergency. And she had a nice room, she said. It had a bathroom and everything. And then I called the hospital the next day. They said there was no rooms, but they got her finally in her own room because she's got to be there for a while. We have 5 species that come here. The hummingbirds. The only one we don't have, and I don't know if I want to try to pronounce it, is which one? Calliope. That's the only one I don't believe that passes through here. Yet they can, but they haven't come through here. So we have 5 species. We have like 3 or 4 that are here all the time. And then the cuscus, they kind of disappear and they come back. So they're in and out of here. The Annas are the biggest ones that we have, along with the Rufus and the Ellens. And the Rufus and the Ellens are actually subspecies, so they are sometimes really hard to tell apart.
Yeah, I might be mispronouncing the name of it because it's a Greek word.
That hummingbird hook was at the 99-cent store a couple years ago. So the 99-cent stores, if you've got any around, they get all this stuff in after Christmas, because they have to, most of the stores here do inventory like January 31st, and then you'll see February, they start loading in all their spring items, and they seem to only get 1 load. And when I say 1 load, it doesn't mean they're just going to put everything out on the shelves and then not put anything else out, but the warehouses tend to get 1 load, and then they'll keep putting it out until they don't get any more, and then before you know it, they're putting out Halloween stuff. But if you've got a 99-cent store, they get all kinds of stuff, and those were $1. So check them. I would say start checking in the middle of February, and you might be able to find them there. It is still 4-1, but you can go a little bit more sugar. just because it might give them a little extra energy out of it, a little extra food, because they won't be finding flowers. And I just mean a little bit. Some people go 5 to 1. I don't go that much. What I do is, instead of leveling off the cup, the 1 cup of sugar, I might just let it be a heaping cup of sugar. So you can add a little bit more. A little bit more isn't going to hurt them. Yeah, definitely visit the dollar store. And if you go there in February and they don't have anything yet, that just means they haven't stocked yet. So once they start stocking it, that's when you want to keep an eye out, because they might only bring, let's say, 20 or 30 of them in. And then once they're sold, they may or may not get any more, because they'll be stocking all the other dollar stores. Kitty. Blue Roses thinks you're adorable. You're a little brat. Let's see. Barbara Batzer. She's got turkeys. I love birds. I've got a bunch of turkeys, but I do love hummingbirds. Did you raise turkeys when you were a kid?
Yeah, I've raised them in Australia.
Yeah, I haven't had. Wait a minute. I don't think I've ever had a turkey. I can't remember. I've had guineas and chickens and peafowl and all kinds of pheasants. I don't remember. I don't think I've ever had a turkey. I wanted to get a turkey, but I don't think I've ever had a turkey. Turkeys are fun. Do they like fruit? I've tried different fruit. They don't seem to go for any fruit. I've tried splitting oranges. Nah. Technically, that's hummingbirds are nectar and pollen and insect eaters is basically what they do. I'm trying to see if you can see everything. I think you can. You know, there's one more feeder they can't see. Let me see if I can move it. Let's see if I can make this go. If I make it go down too much. Oh, wait a minute. Let's do it this way. Let's see if I can lower it just a little bit without making this thing go. Out yet. Let me tighten this thing up. Okay. Let me see if I can go back a little. Sorry, I'm just sliding my tripod. See, I've got them going in on the bottom there too. I haven't filled the feeder on the top because of the rain. I should fill the top feeder. Let's see if I can go this way. Blue sky looks so pretty. I'm making a simple dinner. Are you okay with salmon tonight?
Yep.
I'll just make salmon. Okay. See. I would like to do a garden tour live. I just don't know if my phone will let me. I might try it. Not today. I mean, maybe in January. Bee balm. The only other thing you can do, Sharu, is what I'm going to do is really start planting a lot of flowers. So if you've got a lot, I'm going to move this a little bit more. If you've got a lot of flowers, that will bring them in for sure. So if your feeders do you go on vacation that much? If your feeders do run empty, they will be coming back for the flowers.
And we're focusing on bell shape or what shaped flowers would you call that?
That's like tube shaped.
Like a tube. Tubular or bell shaped flowers. We're starting to get a few of those together now.
Hi, Donald. Donald's here. Merry Christmas, Donald.
Yep, Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
Donald.
bell-shaped is good. I mean, they'll use a lot of different flowers. Citrus, if you can put a little orange tree around, they love citrus flowers. Trumpet shape, that's it. Trumpet shape is a good one. I do have hummingbird food made, yeah, so I don't have to be scrambling when this is empty. Amanda. Merry Christmas, Amanda. Thank you. So that's it. So we're going to have a quiet Christmas. And If it doesn't rain tomorrow, maybe I'll drive over to the hospital and see how my daughter's doing. And this is taking over the house. She's taking care of everybody. She said she was wrapping gifts. So, I mean, it's good that they caught it. That's the main thing, that they caught it right away. And hopefully they caught it quick enough to get this thing to heal. Connie, Merry Christmas. So you'll be going out doing your own stuff in the yard. I have a new faucet. You're done with all the plumbing?
Now I've got a couple of things I need to redo. But I've done, well, I've got a couple of leaks.
But not in the house anymore.
Not in the house. I'm
Outside leaks.
done with the plumbing in the house. I just have a couple more to do outdoors.
That's not our dog.
No, that's not our dog.
I don't know what dog that was. I don't even recognize that bark. Oh, there's the mailman. See the mailman?
Yep.
Just sit on top. I can see cars. I like
Okay.
that.
Thanks for showing up, Sharu, and have a Merry Christmas too.
Have a real Merry Christmas, Sharu. Thank you. I'm gonna be cutting this soon. It just, I felt so bad when I got off and then I saw nobody could type. I don't know what happened. There was a default setting and it said subscribers only, not members. So I figured, all right, I just let it go through the default, but I guess it meant something else. So next time I just make sure everything is public. Have a wonderful weekend, Sharu. I put out extra feeders in here since the rain. No, we're supposed to have more rain tonight?
I think it's coming in tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yes, on the water. Okay, so your hummingbirds are gone. You're trying to, Ms. M, you're trying to keep water going for the regular birds. Like you want to put a bowl out of water. The only thing is there's a couple ways of doing it. Nick Federoff called on this one, but he called on the hummingbirds. There's a couple ways of doing it. If you're not dealing with hummingbirds, then the other way would be get yourself, and you can get the cheapest one. It's a grow mat, and they're cheap. You want a small grow mat. You will have to plug that in, so you will have to have some sort of electricity. You can put a flat, shallow bowl out somewhere up against the house, not far from the house, but the birds will hear the water or see the water, and then put the grow mat underneath. The grow mat is warm and should not allow the water to freeze. The other way would be, you can get heaters that plug into a, oh my gosh, a battery backup type thing. What do you call that? The battery charger things. Oh my God.
Power bank?
A power bank. But the problem with those, I've tested those, they're only going to stay warm for an hour or two. You can get these hand warmers and you could put that underneath with a power bank. I don't know if that would give it enough time. But that is another way, besides putting a hot water bottle in the center.
Another
Whoa,
one.
that was my tripod mode.
Another option, if it doesn't freeze too bad, is to keep the water circulating a bit, so it doesn't. The ice generally forms on the surface. If you can break the surface a little bit, it will stop stop it from freezing over the top. If
So-
it's a frosty area, not under snow or that,
So
I
a
don't have
simple,
that snow.
even an aquarium pump, anything that's going to move water.
Yeah,
Like a
bubbler.
a
or
bubbler.
something.
Just put a bubbler in that. That's true. It's the same thing. Keeps mosquitoes away, but you don't have mosquitoes in the cold. The eggs can't be bounced around, and then with this, it would keep the water, like you said, from freezing. So a bubbler would work. So yes, some sort. You will have to move because standing water will freeze on the top. So you'll have to get it to either move or a heat mat.
And this stream, yes, will probably be put online, right? Left up on the
I'll
channel?
leave this one on. Yeah, I'll leave this on. Somebody else?
Yeah.
Seattle, Jenya, do hummingbirds recognize and get accustomed to people? Yes, they do. And I've had people even tell me that now that they started feeding hummingbirds. One lady had a big party in her yard, in her garden, and the hummingbirds were following her around. She said she had so many people there, and they were following her around when the feeders got empty. Yes, they do look for people, and they absolutely know. So it's raining and it's blowing in Tucson. Maybe you got our rain we had this morning. My gosh, it was so windy and pouring so hard. And we have a ton of oranges out there. You're looking at the oranges.
Yeah. Those trees are really doing well.
Those trees are really old. Thank you, Barbara. I'll let her know.
Those were the first trees I put wood chips underneath, and they really took off.
I'm trying to Delphinior, Delfinenioire. Thank you, and thank you so much. I bought those trees. They were orange trees that I bought from, I think they were Kmart. I bought those back in '89, I believe, and they were planted there, and they didn't do anything until Gary brought in wood chips and piled them around with wood chips, and that wasn't even all that long ago. How many years ago would that have been?
4 years ago now, I'm thinking.
4, and then they just took off. So they needed a little something, and now they're just massive. Thank you so much, Miss M. Thank you. I don't know if I can move this a little bit so you can see more of the orange trees. Oh, actually, that works. It was blue, the sky. It's not right now. He's sitting up on top. The hummingbird is watching me. He's up on top. See? This goes on all day, from morning till night. Now, there's times during the day you won't see that many. They kind of take off, and then they come back all of a sudden, especially at night, and like Gary said, first thing in the morning, just as the sun is coming up. But then all day, it just kind of depends on what they can find, and it seems like on rainy days or very cloudy days, a lot more seem to be showing up, maybe because a lot of flowers don't open. Certain plants, like 4 o'clocks, they want the sun, so maybe certain plants don't have as many flowers on cloudy days. Depends on what they can find or how lazy they are. If they don't want to go look for things, it's cold, then they'll come here and they know they've got food. It's noisy. I don't know if hummingbirds get any nectar. This thing isn't updated. I don't know if the hummingbirds get nectar from sunflower, but they would get pollen. For sure, pollen. Dana D. Hey, let's say hello. Gana. No, I'm so bad with names.
Again, deep. Or what?
Pollen is food for them. Yes, they eat pollen. They eat insects too. if you ever sit and watch them and they're in the trees and you see them zip up into the air, pollen is food. If you see them zip into the air, I've got one video where you actually see them catching a fruit fly. And yes, they eat insects. They go into spider webs and they steal tiny little insects that get in there. You'll see them. It's not just for building their nests, which of course they use the spider webs to build their nests in the spring and all through summer, but they go into spider webs looking for insects, tiny insects. It's got to be small. Adele loves snow for Christmas. Snow would be beautiful. I mean, that's true.
Oh. Thanks, Donald. 6 years ago.
6 years.
6.5 years.
So you brought the wood chips in 6.5. Well, I need to hire this guy to find my videos. Somebody comes in and goes, "Where's the video that you did refreshing a flower pot?" Can't find it. I don't know. How about redoing a taupe? I don't know. Can't find it. Yeah, they are kidnappers. They go in there and they steal from. Well, I mean, let's think the spiders want something bigger, like a big housefly, and they don't care about the little ones. So I don't know. There's times on the deck I'll take my compost bucket that sits next to the sink, and I'll put it out on the deck, and you'll see the hummingbirds hang around it because they're looking for fruit flies. And I've seen them go into totes looking for fruit flies. If you don't have anything planted yet and you're loading up your tote with, let's say, kitchen scraps and developing, of course, fruit flies, which are doing their thing, well, they'll go in there and they'll go after the fruit flies. April English. I can do that. Merry Christmas. Oh, wow. You got to see thousands of hummingbirds in Costa Rica. Oh, how beautiful. It's getting dark again. You're telling me it's not going to rain today?
I don't know. I
It's
got it
getting
wrong.
Really dark.
I got it wrong earlier.
I know, you said it was all cleared up, and then it just started coming down so hard. Well, the plants are happy. My garden's really green. I went out in the garden yesterday in the pouring rain and collected a bunch of greens and made a really nice stir fry.
I fixed 2 rain barrels.
Listen, it got really quiet.
They're in the trees.
Sometimes I have to look around and make sure that hawk isn't sitting here, because I've seen it where there's not a bird in sight. The hummingbirds hide in the trees, and then you've got that big hawk here. So you fixed 2 rain barrels?
Yeah, and they're holding water, and I've pretty much filled them.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it does seem like yesterday when our channel started to grow. So
6.5 years ago, you brought in your wood chips. So you've been gluten-free for how long?
October 2nd, 2012.
Wow. I was still eating wheat back then. Hey, kitty. Yeah, I was still eating wheat. I didn't stop for about after 6 months. I went gluten-free. Sherry O. Beautiful, thank you. It is beautiful. It's getting dark though. It's not even that late. Well, it's 2 o'clock. Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I should go and check the mail.
You gonna check the mail?
Yep.
I'm gonna go see if Deborah will answer the phone. She doesn't want to talk. She says text only. I went to see her the other night and sat with her for an hour and a half. And I mean, she's talkative when I go there, but I guess the only thing I can say is she's really pissed. She wants to go home. I couldn't do gluten, but you can eat sourdough. So I'm all about sourdough and probiotics in general. Gary cannot eat sourdough. And this is where we didn't recognize it. years ago, once upon a time, you could go to Disneyland and buy a pass for $129 for a year. It was a long time ago. And that was not the everyday, that was the California one. And when we used to go there, I used to like having their sourdough bread with the bowl of soup. And then he used to finish mine when I didn't finish it. And he would get really sick. He had stomach pains and everything. Well, that's when we started to find out he couldn't take gluten. Bye, Adele. Merry Christmas. I have a hummingbird. I don't know if it's an ornament. It hangs in my kitchen window. My sister gave it to me, and it's acrylic, and it's all different colors. But no, I haven't seen hummingbird. You don't see a lot of hummingbird stuff, period. I asked once about it, and somebody said, well, it's because of the beak. People might get hurt. I don't know. They don't make a whole lot of stuff. Well, I don't know. That's interesting. I like sourdough, but Gary doesn't. I don't eat sourdough. I don't eat anything. I don't eat any wheat, barley, or rye anymore. Gary was not. No, I don't think he was a hippie. He left already. No, he wasn't a hippie. He had long hair, though. I heard he had long hair when he was a kid, but I don't think he was a hippie. But then I didn't know him when he was really, really young. I met him when he came here. You didn't know you too much. You know, I'll tell you what happened was, I've talked about it. He decided to try to get off of gluten, and he felt so good when he got off of anything with wheat, barley, or rye that he had no interest in going back. So between me trying to cook for him and making sure there was no gluten in for him because he didn't want any more, I eventually went gluten-free. Well, I noticed as soon as I cut it all out, it does reduce migraines. It reduces inflammation. So if you've got like arthritis, and I've got a bad knee, I had 2 bad knees because I fell when I was a kid, and it reduced that inflammation. I could feel so much better too. I just decided I was done with it. How do I get more? The only thing you can do, Sheila, is just keep putting the hummingbird feeders out, and when they're empty, pull them in. And make sure you've got hummingbird feeders out there all the time, so when they fly by and they see them, they know that there's food in there. That's all you can really do. Here, they breed here, and of course, hundreds and thousands live here all year round because of our weather. So they're always looking for food here. I remember, do you want me to, oh, fine. That's up to you if you want to find it. I can't find anything. I am so trying to organize my videos. Even on the computer, I've organized clips and birds and things I need, but it can't seem to get the videos organized. I'm not good at organizing. Yes, you can get on it if you want. On it. I just can't find things. I thought I had it labeled right. And then there's times it is labeled correctly on YouTube, but it doesn't pull it up in the description or the title, and I don't know why. So I love doing videos. I actually do prefer to be behind the camera. CCCINCOCC, you're going to go wrap gifts. Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful evening, and tomorrow have a wonderful Christmas. Thanks for stopping by. If you get really cold in Northwest Florida, then that's why they're leaving. But they'll come back. Cinco. Okay, that sounds good. So you'll just have to wait for them to come back. So what was I talking about? But that's basically it. I'm just not real good at organizing. I can find things, but not everything. I'm trying to figure out. It's just like cooking. I'm trying to figure out how to do cooking when I don't have real recipes. I did my mom's Jell-O. That's something she made when we were a kid all the time. So I put that one up. That's a short version. I actually have a full version. The full one's probably 30 minutes. So I shortened it to get it up. Like I said, I was working on a few different videos, and then all this happened. They found out that Gary goes every 5 years for a colonoscopy, and they found that it had just gone over 5 years. So I called, and it was like, oh, we have a cancellation. So that had to be squeezed in quick because they had a cancellation. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to get to him until next year. And so we did that. Once we were done with that, then my daughter ended up in the hospital. So it's kind of been one thing after another. So hopefully things will get really good soon. I mean, they're okay, but I just want her to be home. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you so much. So it wasn't as quiet as I had hoped for this month. And like I said, we had a lot of plumbing things. And then the other kitchen that everybody thinks that we remodeled, my kitchen is still the same. So that one is a long story, and I'll get into that another time. Let's just call that, it's like a guest house on the property. And Gary started working on that kitchen back in 2008, and then we never finished it. So that's what we're doing now, trying to get that finished so I can maybe work in there and do stuff in there. Even crafts. There's not much else you can put out for them. Seattle, that's pretty much all you can do, because if they had to, they could live on sucrose for quite a while until they could find things. You'd be surprised that they're still probably finding some little tiny insects and stuff. So the best thing you can do is keep the sugar water up, and that will help them. It's kind of like when they bring birds in quarantine and they bring them from other countries. They're basically on a sugar diet until they get into the setup they're going to get them in. So I wouldn't worry about giving them anything else, because you're not going to be able to find pollen and all that. And, you know, they learn to survive through the winter months until things change. My goodness, Donald can find anything, and I can't even find a simple thing on how to refurbish a tote. So then I end up going to make a new one because I can't find the old one. Our bucket list has holes. Merry Christmas. I don't know what that means. Oh, maybe that's somebody else he's talking to.
Yeah, he must be really good with indexing systems.
Who, Donald?
Donald.
Oh,
yeah.
he has to be. It's like, it was just recently somebody asked me about the stupidest, simplest thing. I should have known where it is. I couldn't find it. I could not find it. Well, we do the best we can. Oh, Blue Roses, thank you. Yes, this chat is live. I should say no. How do you Kubarka? No, Kubarka, this isn't live. This was a few days ago. No, it's live. Right now it's live. It is live. Earlier, there was too much blocking. I was only on for about 15, 14 minutes. Right?
I'm just counting years. Donald posted the link on the gluten video.
Oh, our bucket list has holes. Okay, that's a person. Hello. I didn't know what Donald was talking about. I saw our bucket list has holes. I'm thinking, our bucket list has holes. Oh, Debbie and Jeff.
So that's their channel name, I guess.
Yes, that is their channel name. But Donald wrote something about our bucket list has holes, and I was thinking, I don't have a bucket list, really. And now it's got holes. Oh my gosh.
Frugivore bear.
He's laughing because I said this was taped a few days ago. Yes, Donald's letting him know we're live. This is easier. See what I've got here? My tablet. I've got my tablet in front of me so I can see the questions better than popping all over the phone.
Okay,
Feliz
so
Navidad. It would be Sarah.
Buenos Aires, which is
Wow.
Argentina. So we've got
And Cuba.
someone, yeah, Cuba X is from Brazil.
Karen Bowers, Merry Christmas. You know, it's not raining. If I knew it wasn't going to rain this afternoon, I would have driven to the hospital. I just thought it was going to pour all day. Oh, you said the traffic. It would
yeah.
take me hours to get there. Probably would.
It's not in Brazil.
Nighttime in Brazil. Santa Claus is almost
'cause
there.
when you think about it, it's further east than
1913.
New York.
Oh. Well, yeah, New York's only 3 hours ahead of us. So therefore, more hours. Well, at least I got the camera this time set right. I'm trying to see if it's crooked. Because it wouldn't let me for a while go on my phone and turn it sideways, so that got fixed. They do sound like electricity, and they get really, really loud. Sometimes I try to do some sort of video in the kitchen, and they are so loud, the buzzing. Alice, Merry Christmas from Eastern Washington. Cohen.
Cowan, yeah.
Cowan? Cowan. Oh, thank you, Karen. I'll let her know. Florida. April English is in Brooksville, Florida. Merry Christmas. Trying to see if I can move this. If I move it now, the hummingbirds will leave. Let's move it a little bit over, but I think they're starting to go to the other feeder too. Should be able to lean it that way. Oh, then I lose the back. Okay, that doesn't work. Oh, I wish I could use my regular camera on this. Okay, I'm stuck on my chair. Where's Kitty?
Not sure.
She was here a minute ago. Kitty?
Might be sunning herself.
Oh, she might be on the deck. I'm gonna have to watch her if those hawks are gonna start living here. You see her?
No, but I can see Penny, so she must be near Penny.
They might have. Our bucket list has a whole who knows where they come from. There's a lot that stay in Texas now, and then they stay in Southern California. Any place that's not going to freeze and they're going to have food is basically it. I can get this back to a little bit more. Oh, Altadena. CS has them. She would have them in Altadena. You know, once you've got your numbers up there, they'll stay there. That's really nice there. wonder if I picked it up, if it would be better or worse. And then I can move it back and, well, there's nothing over there. They want the ice cream containers, and I don't know if it's gonna rain, and then they just flood with water. I'll have to look it up, see if it's gonna rain. I had an ice cream container. You know what? Let me. You answer questions. I'm gonna go see if I can get my ice cream container and not hold up in it. She is setting herself on the desk. Wow. Some of these clouds are so black out there.
Yeah, yes, April, they pretty much poop wherever they want. They don't sort of care where they poop.
Somebody wants to know if you were a hippie when you were a kid.
No.
I didn't think you were. But you have long hair.
Yeah, I had long hair. But everyone else didn't mean that we were hippies.
Does it really look like I have something for you? You think I have something for you? But I do not. See if I can put this out the window. The ones that are looking at this. Not spilling it everywhere. Oh, you know what? You won't be able to see it anyways. I don't think. No.
Okay. Thanks, Donald, for using your wrench.
I don't know. You won't be able to see it anyways. Let's see if I can. You know what I need to do? Hold on, everybody. I'm going to turn this around a little differently. That doesn't really help. See, they all went away. You know what brings them sometimes? Is when they go hang out the window. It's so odd. Okay, let's see what's going on here. We're gonna tip this, tip this, tip this. Let's go fill this. Hey guys, I know you're in the trees. Come on guys. Yeah, there's that. Sometimes I hang out the window and then tons of them start coming in. I'll put some here too. Boy, is there a black cloud. Do you see that?
Yeah, it is.
That is scary black.
Yeah, it's almost thunderstorm black. It's got a lot of rain in it.
Love this one makes. Wow. Yeah, this cloud coming over. This is coming from the ocean. Because the ocean's that way. Let me see. Look at that. That is one black cloud. And look at the line. Look at that. And all the hummingbirds kind of disappeared. Look how quiet it got. Is
Yeah, it did get quiet.
Isn't that weird? No, 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 no. I'm trying to read. It's a UFO. It's too big. It's too big. Look how big that is.
Why was Karen Bowers hidden by Robbie and Gary?
Oh my gosh, I did not do that.
Okay.
I touched the screen. That happened last time.
Yep.
You know, I didn't even touch that side. Karen, that is the last thing I want to do. All I did was touch the screen of my camera. I did not touch anything to block her.
Yep.
I have no way of doing and I made sure I touched the right side, not the left side where everybody is marked. That happened last time and I don't know why. This is why I'm using my iPad instead of the phone. But I couldn't see what I was doing, so I touched the screen because something popped up. That is what. Karen, I am so sorry. Now I owe you big time.
Yeah, see, they don't give you a lot of...
Oh, wait a minute, he unhit her. How in the world does he do this stuff? Last time I did that to somebody accidentally, and I could not do anything. Thank you, Donald. Yeah, that is a big black cloud. I don't want. That's why I use my tablet.
Yeah, thanks, Donald.
I do worry about it. The last person got mad and was screaming at me, big time. Look at that. It's so dark. It's not raining though. Look how dark that is. It just kind of came in. Why are you sticking that in my face? Hummingbird says. I can see your totes from here, Gary.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Your blue totes.
Yeah, that's my strawberries.
That's your strawberry. Our bucket list has holes $9.99. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much. Thank you. I can't believe it. Thank you. And that will go for the hummingbirds. Say thank you, Gary. Look,
Yeah,
they're back.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's so appreciative. Thank you. Yep, that's Gary's totes down there. I think I can zoom in. I'm afraid to touch this. If somebody says something, I end up blocking them. There's Gary's totes. Well, that's good. I don't get mad easy either. That's why it's no fun when I get mad at Gary. Because he knows in about a half hour I won't be mad anymore. And not even a half hour. Thank you so much. Yeah, see, so there's the orange tree. Let's step over here for a minute. They were tiny, tiny trees, and I think they were out in front of Kmart when I moved here. So I bought them and I planted them and they stayed tiny. And then when he loaded the wood chips in, they just took off. Look at them. Aren't they amazing? And they're pretty good. They have seeds. The hummingbirds. See, isn't that funny? They disappear, and then when I stick my head out here, they start coming. So, and then this, I'm trying to think if you planted the hibiscus.
I planted the hibiscus. Yeah.
You planted?
Yeah.
There was one over there that died for some reason. I think the dryer event killed it.
Yeah, for some
That's
reason.
the dryer vent.
For some reason, I've got a memory of them coming from Kmart or somewhere like that.
Kmart as well?
We
had a-
hibiscus.
Okay, because we had that big Kmart here.
We had three. The one near the dryer vent didn't make it.
Yeah,
but the other two did.
There's another one just around the corner, and I think that's more of a white, a slight pink. This one's really nice. Look at them, they're hiding in the trees. And they'll feed on this. I don't know if they're getting nectar or if they're getting pollen or even insects, because insects will go into plants and flowers. But this worked out good. And then that's my poor avocado tree that used to have a tree house in it years ago. My daughter, who's in the hospital, used to sleep in it when she was a kid. And that tree's kind of, well, it's gone, but the bottom's still alive, but it's gone. These trees are like close to 100 years old, so a lot of them aren't doing good. The avocado trees. Ken Brown, go ahead.
Ken.
I don't think he heard you.
Thanks, Ken.
And we're trying to I have to go around one day and show you the citrus trees. Oh, see, they're in there. They're in the lemon. That's a pink lemonade tree. I can go this side. That's a pink lemonade tree that we planted. It's pink. The lemons are green with stripes, light stripes. They're real pretty. And then when they turn yellow, let's see. When they turn yellow, they're pink inside. They're not sweet or anything. It's not like it's pink lemonade, but they're pink inside. And then we've got, that's a mandarin? No.
All the way where your finger is, that's a mandarin, yes.
Okay, so that's a mandarin. And then this one of them's a navel orange, isn't it?
That's a blood
That's
orange.
I know that's a blood
Yeah.
orange. That's right. And then the other one?
Is a tangerine.
Whoops, I am afraid to touch the screen because I end up knocking people off. And that's a tangerine.
And then there's the kumquat,
Yeah, the kumquat's down there.
and it's got plenty of fruit on it. Some of that fruit's ready to go.
I'm going to try to touch the screen without blocking anybody off. That's a kumquat.
So that's going to be ready for the Lunar New Year, if people understand what that means. That's for Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year. The kumquat is an important fruit.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't even know that. And that's it. And then the property goes a little bit down there, and we've got all those avocado trees. We've got a silk floss there that's got all kinds of stuff on it. That actually was not supposed to be planted there. A friend was moving and gave some plants to Gary. He sat them down, they set root, and they grew right through the pot. And that's basically it. And that's Gary's garden down there with his totes down there. My garden's just on the other side over there. And then here, well, just the fruit trees right now. I hear a neighbor's goat was making noise a minute ago. They don't want to come. I hear a woodpecker. And now it got quiet. Over here. I hear something. I miss what Donald wrote. Thank you.
All thank you for coming. If you have not done so, please hit the like button.
I am so afraid to touch the screen because I don't even know how I knocked Karen Bauer off before.
Oh, and
Oh,
our
look, see,
neighbours.
see? He was waiting for that. See?
Our neighbour's garden, yeah. It still looks pretty much the same.
Oh, they didn't garden this year.
No, he put a few plants in, and then he works long hours too, and that's an issue. So he doesn't always get home in time to take care of it.
Oh, thank you so much. Our bucket list has holes. Thank you. I know his garden does look the same. You should put wood chips down there. Oh well, years ago they used to grow. There was somebody living there, a family member of his, and they would grow the most amazing corn. That little patch in there in his fence, he had to put a fence around it because of the squirrels. The corn was absolutely unbelievable. There was so much corn they grew in there, and he doesn't grow that anymore. They grow in the spring. I see them grow squash and peppers and probably some tomatoes, but he didn't, he kind of stops this time of the year. But he's got the cactus plants that he's growing. He has the fruit.
Yeah, he's got Peruvian apple cactus.
Julie, hello from Minnesota. Yeah, because I've seen him, even there's leaves and stuff he has cut. He's got another cactus somewhere else, right?
Yeah, he's got a couple of prickly pears, or what's the Nepalis.
I don't want to move. I literally have my camera, my phone in their face. Well, that was that. I can put it back. You should see my stand. This is my stand. It works. It's attached to my tripod, and it's just a bottle, and there's a, this is crazy, it's a paper towel tube in there, and my camera is on a selfie stick that all I have to do is drop in there, and then I can adjust it, and it can go up and down. I know what you do with duct tape. You haven't even seen my holder for my, which is funny, for my microphone. It's made out of a tote lid. It works great. It works better than anything I could possibly, oh, Los Angeles, anything I could possibly buy. Now, let me see if I can straighten this out. The dogs are calling you, Gary. Let's see if I can move back a little. I keep saying this, but I am going to go in a few minutes. I'm going to walk through the garden, but I don't think I don't have to water anything today. So what am I missing up here? I'm missing that one that they're feeding on. Oops. Got feeders up there, and the other one is empty. I should put some food in that. See, they'll come here and feed, and then they'll go take off and see if they can find food somewhere else, and then they come back. Yes, hello, just a mom from Los Angeles, where I was born and raised. Farmers Market was my stomping ground. It was my hangout. Isn't that funny? Some birds just absolutely love the ice cream containers. How many pets do we have? And how, I don't know how many pets we have. I don't want to know how many pets we have. Right now in the house is only Kitty, and then right now Penny's in the house. Penny is going to be 16 the beginning of February. Then we've got the other dogs in the yard, and then a couple other Yorkies are outside, and then they'll come in pretty soon too. Kitty pretty much does what she wants. Now that's an Anna's. See how pink they are, and magenta, fuchsia, whatever you want to call that color. That's the one that's feeding out of the ice cream container, the blue one. It's a male. Now the Costas look very similar to that, but they would be purple, real deep purple. Oh, that, what do you have? 10,000 hummingbird pets. You probably do. Wow. It is freezing. My hands are like ice. It's so dark, and yet it's not raining. Well, we have been on for almost 80 minutes. I think I'm going to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. We'll do this again. We definitely will do this again. And I'm going to go check on my daughter and check up on everybody, get dinner started, and bring all the other little Yorkies that are outside. Molly and Jack have to come back in. So I'm going to thank you all. I hope you enjoyed this. I do. You know, this is the problem. I sit here. Hi, Devin. I sit here and I just don't want to do anything. I absolutely enjoy watching them too. But I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Do you want to say Merry Christmas? I'm going to sign off. Thank you, Donald, so much. Thank you. What was that, hole in the bucket?
Yeah, thanks, Donald. Merry Christmas to everyone and have a good and prosperous new year.
Yes, and thank you again. Our bucket list has holes. Thank you so much. So I'm going to sign off right now. Kitty, come here. Did you hear me say something? Is that what it was? Let's see, real quick. Where were you? You were on the deck? She's look like you don't recognize this as a camera. Oh, can you see yourself? No, she's looking around. What are you looking at? Because I don't know. What are you looking at? You're looking at the hummingbirds. Oh, maybe I can eat one of those. Yeah, I don't know what you would do. And I probably, Kitty, don't want to find out. Oh, you are looking at she's looking at the camera. She's shaking like. She's shaking because she's not sure what's going on. Oh, okay. Let's turn this around. So Merry Christmas. Thank you, everybody. And we're taking off for now. We'll be back soon. And have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.